But Johnny, let's move on into our last topic, and what we're looking at here is a little Wonder Woman news.
Just a little?
Yeah, just a little. There's usually when we talk about castings with DC, I have questions because of the decisions that they have made in the past. But it looks like that for sure that Cheetah is going to be in Wonder Woman 2. But more importantly, it looks like DC may have found their leading role to play the villainous role for Wonder Woman 2. So, Cheetah going to be in the movie. Originally, the role was offered to Emma Stone. Emma Stone was apparently, and I'm looking at Screen Rant for that, she was apparently offered the role first. She declined it, and the exact quote is, per Variety's Justin Kroll, the role of Cheetah was originally offered to Emma Stone, as previously reported. But when the actress passed, Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman 1 and now Wonder Woman 2, personally picked Kristen Wiig. So I want to ask you the Marvel side of things. I know I'm more the DC guy, but what do you think of this? Is Kristen Wiig really the right choice to play Cheetah?
Cheetah, the actual villain with powers and stuff like that, I don't know. I mean, I look at her roles, it's a lot of comedies. And from the comedies I've seen her in, she's more of that shy type. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
So, I mean, I could see her playing, from what I've seen her in, I can see her playing pre-Cheetah, like, you know, how she was an archaeologist or something like that.
I believe so.
Of some sort. Or
not really. Right now, I'm not really up to snuff with the Cheetah origin story.
What the heck, Ricky? You're supposed to be the DC
I just
guy.
know Cheetah and what she, like, how I've seen her because I've never seen an origin for her. But, yeah, my big gripe with it is that, yes, Cheetah has a certain comedy aspect to it.
Yes, she does.
To where it's kind of like, she's got to have the right back and forth with Wonder Woman, where it's kind of like not campy whips, but it's like being able to throw insults that are funny at a Wonder Woman, at a Diana. And right now, I don't think that Kristen Wiig is the right role. That's what I think right now. I can be proven wrong.
Maybe.
I would love to be proven wrong. I just don't think that, because most of the comedic roles we've seen her in of recently have been, except for like Last Man on Earth, which is also a TV series, most of the ones that I look at is she's going to be in How to Train Your Dragon 3, animated, Despicable Me 3, animated, Masterminds. Well, Masterminds, I was thinking a different one. Masterminds is not. So Masterminds and Ghostbusters then are not animated, but then she was in Sausage Party, which is animated. Yeah. So part of me feels like is most of her comedic gold from the animated side, but then also, is she going to be able to have that mix of serious and comedy? Because like a Masterminds or a Ghostbusters, not very serious. However, she has been, I want to say, she was in Mother, she was in The Martian. So she's had some experience in the serious side, but is she going to be able to kind of play both? She was also in Downsizing, which I heard was not very good of a movie. Yes, Bridesmaids as well. I'm just not sure that she is the right role, the right person for Cheetah. She may be able to hit the comedy side, but will she be able to hit that mix of serious and comedy and also look the part of Cheetah?
Yeah, that's going to be the issue. I mean, that's something you and I also always talk about, is like kind of looking your role at least. I mean, just going to say it. Marvel's done a fantastic job of picking their people to play their characters.
Well, I mean, and you could also do it like Andy Serkis, to where, like, if if you really needed to, you could basically Caesar him or Gollum him, to where it's like, hey, you know what? We don't need you. We can CGI it. But with DC and their CGI, do you really trust that after Mustache Gate? After Mustache Gate, do you really trust their CGI capabilities?
No, not this.
I didn't notice it.
I didn't
Apparently
notice it,
everyone
but-
else did.
But I mean, if it's that big of a gripe,
Yes, I would
guess,
stay away from the CGI if I was DC.
as much as possible. I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, you're making someone look half cheetah.
And like the thing that I was even thinking about is even like Emma Stone when like she passed on it. I don't even know if Emma Stone would have been the right person to play Cheetah.
I don't know. I just like both of them. I can see potential. They have some aspects of it, but like I said, I can see. I don't know. I guess the character's name before being Cheetah is named Barbara Ann Minerva, and then she is an archaeologist. I was right about that, surprisingly. I mean, maybe she has like some of that aspect to her before she gets the Cheetah powers via something. I forget what it is. Let's see. Barbara is able to transform into the cheetah in each man, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it was. Maybe she had that like attitude beforehand and that cheetah thing. Obviously, a lot of the villains, when they have their accident, it alters their mind too. Look at Poison Ivy. She was more timid beforehand, was she not?
A little bit, yeah. Before she learned to be Poison Ivy.
Yeah. Or there's other ones too.
I'm trying to think. So here's what I'm going through right now. I am going to throw some people out at you, and yet when we do this, it's not going to be an 100% stick. I am going to have to describe who some of these people are, but I am looking at the website is bamsmackpow.com. They're from the Fansided Network.
Okay.
And they did an article of 6 other actresses they would like to see as Cheetah. And the first one that they have up, and the first name I'm going to throw out there is Hema Artrenton. And you might know her from, she was in Prince of Persia. She was in Clash of the Titans. She was in Quantum of Solace, the James Bond film. Ones that she did recently, I think the recent big one was the Prince of Persia. So she hasn't been in anything huge since like 2010, maybe.
What was the last name?
It was Trent. It's Arterton. She's the number, and I'm starting number 1. She's the number 1 choice. They have her on the list. Number 2, they go to Rebecca Ferguson, where she missed out. She was almost Black Widow. She's Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, is that one. They also have, and none of these I would say are huge names. They have Clarice Trenton, which Max Fury or Mad Max Fury Road, I believe. Rosamund Pike, they have her on the list. She's best known for, I'm trying to look right now, Gone Girl. You also have the last few. One's an MMA fighter, so I know that. This one we should all know, Keira Knightley. And then Gina Carano, I hope I said that right. Basically, I believe she's an MMA fighter, I believe. But the former MMA fighter made her acting debut in 29 with Blood and Born. Most of these actresses that they list, except for like Keira Knightley on my radar, is not like a holy shit. It's not like, oh my God, Lindsay Lohan is Batgirl. Like, it's not, to me, that name that every household person knows.
Yeah.
That's why, to me, I'm like, I look at this list and I go, all right, might be good. The interesting one to me was Keira Knightley.
That is
like,
interesting.
What has she been in that hasn't been Pirates of the Caribbean? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been in things other than Pirates of the Caribbean, but really that's what we know her for is, she was in
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice back in the day. She was in the Intimidation Game from 2014, but really it's, Keira Knightley from
Pirates of the
Caribbean. Do you have any actress off your head that if they didn't go with Wiig, that you would say, yeah, I'd look at this person to play Cheetah?
You know what? I wish I knew more about Cheetah. Otherwise, maybe I would.
I'll tell you this. This is the basis that you go on. This is what I want.
Okay.
I want someone who can play a villainous role has a comedic side that can throw back and forth with our hero. And basically, that's all I'm looking for. Someone who can play a villainous role and have that comedy side.
Yeah, that's what it's hard for me to figure out.
And you know what that
both
hits?
Aspects.
Hits a lot of people.
It does.
It hits a lot of actresses in the biz.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of I'm trying to think of someone who can do both those roles. But it's hard to figure out someone that I...
And the interesting thing about it for me is like Batgirl or Poison Ivy or Catwoman. I don't know if it's because, and of course I name all Batman villains and females, but maybe it's because those are more, I don't want to say household names. Maybe because we're more familiar to those roles.
I think, yeah, we are.
Are we really not as familiar? And I'm talking we as like the general, unless you're like a huge Wonder Woman fan. As a public, are we really familiar with Cheetah enough to be like, that's who should play her?
Yeah.
Or unless it's like, like how I feel how this is going to go, I assume Kristen Wiig is going to take the job because if the director strongly suggests, usually it's going to happen. But here's where I'm sitting right now. If she takes the part, I'm not going to be excited about it. Well, that sounds really bad. I'm not going to be excited about it because I'm going to be nervous.
Yes.
I'm going to be nervous because I'm going to have questions about it. However, it's kind of a Jeff Johns situation for me. In Patty Jenkins, I trust.
Yes.
Patty Jenkins did an amazing job with the Wonder Woman movie. With her track record so far with Wonder Woman, who am I to say, nope, Patty Jenkins is wrong? And that's the war that happens in me, to where I'm like, I don't agree with this choice. Yeah, but Patty Jenkins has proven that she can make the right choices.
Yeah.
Knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, sit down. That's why you're not making all the money that Patty Jenkins is making. You sit your ass down. Let me direct the movie.
I think I said this earlier. I can see potential, but again, I know she does the timid comedic stuff, but I've never seen her
except for Despicable Me. She wasn't timid, but
she's behind
it was a voice.
It was a voice. It wasn't. So maybe she can, but I mean, I also didn't see Despicable Me 3.
Yeah, and also, who are we to? How many times have we said man, that actress and that actor ain't going to be able to play this role, and then you walk out of the movie going, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
I was pleasantly surprised by that guy.
Well, for a long time, I never doubted Marvel because it's, I mean, first actor they pick hit nail on the head.
Yeah, with Iron Man and Robert Downey.
Yes.
Did you ever question a Marvel casting?
I don't think I have.
Or have you ever had one to where it's like, well, I don't really agree with that, but in Marvel I trust?
For the most part, the only one that it took them, and I'll admit it took them a while to get it, is Bruce Banner.
Yes.
When they
Edward Norton.
They did Edward Norton. I'm like, he does not hit me as Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
But as soon as they okay, we're going Mark Ruffalo. I'm like, okay, that's Bruce Banner.
Did Ruffalo hit you as Banner right away though?
Yes.
When we got him in that cut scene of him in the chair talking to Tony. That was the first time we saw Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, wasn't it?
No, first time we saw Ruffalo as Bruce Banner is the Avengers.
No, wasn't the after credits?
After credit scene was from Iron Man 3 when he's talking to him sitting in a chair.
And that was after the Avengers?
That was after the Avengers. Iron Man 3 came after the Avengers.
That's right. Iron Man 3 started phase 2. And that was after the Avengers.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah,
first time
we got it.
They're all
like,
running together.
He put it together right, and he acted sort of timid, but he's at the point where it's like, oh, okay, I can kind of control and get Hulk to come out, but I'm not very good at controlling it. So he had that conflict going on, and I liked it. I think he did a great job.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to think back with
it's that, and we had Eric Bana as well.
Yeah, we did it, but that's not MCU.
That wasn't MCU.
I'm trying to think even and DC has, I think, another thing that plays into it.
Yeah.
They have so many times where it's like, why did you cast him? Why did you cast this person as that? The one that we love to harp on, the Joker.
Yes.
Why did you cast Jared Leto as the Joker? Going into it, that was a time where we were like, well, let's see what happens. It's Jared Leto. Maybe he does a good job. Then we saw the movie and go, why did we do Why did we do that? Why did we do that?
Why did you let
way?
him take those liberties?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, boycott Wonder Woman 2. Or
No, definitely not.
And that mad if Kristen Wiig gets the role. But it's like, it's one of those things where I just look at it and
Ricky's
go,
going to be nervous.
I'm going to be very nervous. Like, come on. DC has not. I was not nervous after Wonder Woman. And what do they immediately do? Make me nervous. It's like, come on. You just won me over.
And then Justice League.
Why do you got to make me nervous again? And I mean, this is a DC problem. Like, they got to fix their shit. And like I was saying in the last segment, does the prediction that I heard with Greg Miller of they stop doing DCU movies, I don't know. Maybe they do. Any final thoughts on Wonder Woman 2 and Cheetah?
I just hope that they do a good job, and I will have to do my homework to see, because
we're going to be talking about Cheetah quite a bit as this movie ramps up.
Yeah, well, only because I want to know. I got to figure out, like we know with Tony Stark, Captain America, we know their personality. We know Batman's personality. I want to know Cheetah's personality in order to know who to pick for her.
Because we're going to get this, and really, we're getting this movie in 2019.
Yes.
And right now, the only people on the IMDb page is obviously Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig, rumored to be Cheetah. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below of the rumor that Kristen Wiig will be our Cheetah for Wonder Woman 2. And if you don't agree with her being Wonder Woman, let us know a name that you would throw out for Cheetah. Because like I said, this was one where it was very... Usually, if it's a part, I can give you at least one actor or actress in this case that I would want to see in the part. However, the thing that I'm kind of weary about is just, I don't have that person, and it kind of makes me a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little hesitant because, like I said, usually I have that. However, Johnny, I know this is going to be after the fact, but I want to get your prediction. This is going to be way after the fact. For Blog Talk Radio is going to hear it the day after. YouTube's going to hear it almost a week after. Rapid fire. I'm asking you one question. You're giving me your prediction.
Okay.
Who's going to win Best Picture tonight? Is it going to be Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, or Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri?
I'm going to throw out Dunkirk.
Dunkirk? I'm going to go Get Out.
Okay.
I'm going to go shocker, horror film, winning Best Picture this year at the Oscars. Thank you guys for checking this out. Little housekeeping here at the end. Number one, patreon.com/mostvaluable podcast. That's where you go and support the channel. Also, you can click that store link, get that MVP t-shirt that you see me wearing right now for you guys on this podcast. I am sorry, audio listeners. Still an awesome shirt. You can go check it out. Also, go and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes and Apple Podcast, as my body decided to, hey, Ricky, we're going to have some air come up your throat as you try to talk. So that's where that happened. So 5-star rating on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. And last but not least, go ahead and bookmark Most Valuable Podcast. That's where you're going to get everything for MVP each and every day. Want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Want to thank you guys for listening to us on podcast services around the world. But as always, have a good day, everybody.